Hi guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. If you haven't been here before, my name's Sarah. I'm married to Mark and we have 10 kids total, 8 of them still at home with their ages ranging from 17 down to 8 months, who's asleep on my lap right now. And I am joining in with Mama Bear to Many is doing a 5 things you love about a large family. And so I'm going to give my 5 things I love about our large family. I did not go into marriage thinking we would have a large family. I'm one of 2, my husband's one of 3, and we were not thinking that. But God has continued to just bless us over the years with more and more children. And I was trying to think through this. She asked me, what 5 things I love, and there's a lot of different things. But the ones that I'm going to list for you today, I think are my top 5. But if I think about these next week, might be a different 5. But anyway, my first is that in our large family, I am always needed. I never have to wonder what is the next thing to do. There's always somebody who needs mommy. And I don't know, as people, I think we like to feel that we have something that only we can give. And so as a mom of a large family, there's always someone who needs my help. Maybe it's the toddler who's potty training. Maybe it's the family in general that needs dishes washed. Not that I do all the chores all the time, but there's always something that I can do that will help my family. Second, there are people to share my passions with. So like right now, myself and my 17-year-old daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, and my 7-year-old son are all really into watercolor painting. And so we can sit down and we can watercolor paint together. We can show each other pictures. We can be doing different pictures. We can be working on the same thing, like we're all drawing flowers today. It's really fun to be able to share those passions that you have. Cooking, another thing. I love being in the kitchen with my kids, and I love being able to just show them why cooking works the way it does and the things that I've learned over the years and share those passions. But my number 3 is that there's always people to make me think outside the box, because I also have people in my family that would sit down and watercolor with me if I asked them to, but that's not their favorite thing to do. So I have learned a ton about the Secret Service and about military from my 14-year-old son, because that's his passion. And so I have been able to learn more because I want to be excited about the thing he's excited about. So for him, it's that. For my 7-year-old, he loves birds. And so we look at birds together and we'll go look in the bird book. But that's not something that I would naturally have done on my own. So just being able to see what other people are interested in. But that goes into my number 4, because my number 4 is I always get to explore the world through another person's eyes. And for me, that's usually, because of our large family, that's usually through a toddler. Watching a older baby, toddler age, depending on how you mark that, see things for the first time. So like the first time they see snow, when they really understand what snow is. Mine is 8 months right now, so he's not really understanding what's going on out there. But come next winter, the first time he sees that fall from the sky, it's so interesting to see what he thinks of it. To watch him play with a leaf outside come springtime. To watch a child look at a flower and to talk through the details of that flower and just see what they're seeing. To watch a bug skitter across the ground. To have a toddler who every time they hear, airplane, and they're looking for the airplane, or they're looking for the truck. Things that I might let pass and not even think about, to see them just so interested in their world. But then number 5 for me, because I'm a Christian, one of the things that I want to do with my whole heart, and not that I'm great with this, but with my whole heart, is I want to teach my children about God, and I want them to glorify God. And being that we have a large family, I know exactly where my mission field is right now. My mission field is here inside this house with these disciples that God has given me. I don't have to wonder what ministry team I have to be on at church or anything like that. I'm not saying those things are bad, but I'm supposed to be pouring my life right now into my children because God has given them to me. And God has given me exactly what I need to be able to teach my children about Him. It doesn't mean that I have to have a Bible theology degree. I've never gone off to seminary or anything, but living in the country that we live in, it's America. I have the freedom to read my Bible. I have lots of resources you can find online and everything. And I can just sit down and I can read to my children. I can share hymns with them. We can talk about who God is and what he is doing in the world through current events. I can teach my children about God being the creator of all things and how he holds everything together as we learn about science. I can talk about how God is a God of order, and that's why math works the way that it does. We can see his hand through all of history when he has allowed things to happen, and then he's had great heroes of the faith rise up to fight the evils that have happened in the world. There's just so many things that I can teach my children about God. And the fact that we have a large family, I get to teach it at all different levels, and I get to spend my days doing exactly what God wants me to do by being here and teaching my kids about him. So those are my top 5 things I love about having a large family. I love that God gave me a large family. I was not from one. And I'm just thanking Mama Bear to Many for this opportunity to be doing this video. And I'm very excited to hear what you appreciate from either being a mama in a large family or from having, like if you were a kid who was raised in a large family. Go check out the other videos that are part of this series, and we will see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.